What's up, guys? Welcome to the video. So I hope you guys are doing well because I'm doing pretty well too. Just chilling, just passing the time, waiting for the world to end, and I don't know when that is, but I'm just gonna enjoy myself until the world ends. So anyways, today I'm gonna watch a different video. I'm gonna watch a video by Jubilee, and it's kind of like a debate video. So if you haven't watched videos by Jubilee, they do a series called as Middle Ground, where they take a topic and bring an opposition from one side and an opposition from another side and let them have a civil discourse. So let's check this out. And by the way, this video is about Gen Z versus boomers. So that means like Gen Z would be me and boomers would be like our parents, like parents who are in like their 50s or 60s or 40s or something like that. And Gen Z are those people who are in their who were born after 96 or 95, I believe. Let's see what they have to say about each other.
My name is Mike Simpfendorfer. I'm 57 years old from Bellflower, California.
He's a
I
baby
got four
boomer.
kids.
My name is Tony Jackson Walker. I'm from Los Angeles, California. I'm 65 years old.
My name's Jess. I'm 20 and I'm from Ventura, California.
My name is Corinne. I'm 21 and I'm from East LA.
Hi, my name is Stefan. I'm also 21 and I am a student and artist.
I'm Bill. I am a writer and
He looks like a
dad
writer.
of two, and I'm a baby.
Yeah, definitely with the coat and all
I
that.
get my baby boomers to line up over on the left and my Gen Z over on the right. Okay, boomer is ageist.
Wait, did they explain the boomers what ageist means? Just making sure.
I think the phrase "okay boomer" is ageist because the term in itself erases the entire experience of a whole generation. If we as Gen Zers were to get that same energy from boomers, we would feel ostracized and we would feel marginalized.
That's a good point.
I've never heard the term "okay boomer."
Exactly.
I feel like it's like dismissing something that someone says, but implying to someone who's a baby boomer. Like if someone were to say, oh, I don't like Starbucks, you'd be like, okay, boomer.
Oh, that's funny. to me,
Yeah,
rather than
exactly.
insulting.
Yeah.
I personally don't think it's necessarily ageist because being a boomer is more associated with certain behavioral patterns and mindsets and like potentially political views. So it's kind of more about the characteristics of a boomer rather than the age itself.
Okay, so far so good. Pretty nice, pretty civil, pretty good.
Older generations create problems that younger generations have to solve.
Yeah, that's just true for any generation. Every single older generation
Speaking
creates
for
problems.
at least myself and a lot of my close friends, I feel as though there have been a lot of issues that we've had to kind of take on, such as the environment, such as a lot of wars that we had nothing to do with, yet we have to end up with the repercussions.
No, I would agree. And I do think that's sort of true of every generation.
Every
You have to
generation.
deal with the world that your parents gave you. When my children were born, there were no cell phones. My daughter was born in 2001. And just in the 18 years, 19 years almost, that she's been alive, the whole world has changed radically. And it's been scary for us as parents because my generation technically gave that to your generation. And it has changed not only your generation, but ours too, in terms of the time that we have for each other. Everybody's sitting around doing this, when you're all sitting in a room together, and that's us too. If there were anything I wish we could dial back a little bit, it would be that.
Okay, I want to listen to what
Although
they have to
older
say.
generations may have created those problems, I don't think they did it on purpose. Hindsight is 20/20. So once you see the effects of what you've done, I don't necessarily think it's just the younger generations cleaning up the problems. I do believe that the older generations offer support as well.
I think historically, there are issues that are inherent in each generation. Because there are certain things, there'll always be war and there'll always be poverty, but it doesn't necessarily
pretty
mean
much a
that
no-brainer.
a generation created it and another generation is going to come and solve it, because I don't believe it will ever be solved in essence. It will be something that's perpetrated
Yeah.
and ongoing.
I trust the values of the other generation.
I cannot say that. No.
I do, just as much as I may question some of the values that they're talking about. One of the things that personally bothers me is we've allowed communism to.
Whoa! Oh my God, who is this guy? He just dropped communism right in front of the debate like it was nothing. He was like, communism, let's go. Nazis, let's go. Hey, yo, Mussolini, let's go. Hey, yo, Hitler, let's go. Hey, yo. What do you want? Oh, candies? No, I don't have that. But I do have nuclear bombs. Hey, let's go. He just dropped communism like it was nothing. Okay, I want to see where this goes.
In this country to govern us, which also tells me we haven't done our job. But yet, when you look at why is it brought up, it's because people feel enormously frustrated, and we need to address the people in our age bracket.
Wait,
Why
one
are they
second. Is
frustrated?
he using socialism and inferring that to communism? I think he might be confusing communism and socialism. I think he might be doing that.
And how do we change some of that?
They grew up in a different world than we did.
Yes.
When I got out of college, I got a job, I got an apartment, I was able to live by myself, and you could do that then. The world that our children are coming into, it's not nearly as easy to do because of the price of housing, because of the sort of wages they can get. There aren't companies that you can go enter now.
This guy is pretty
21 or
smart.
2
He's
and know
pretty
that you're
smart,
gonna
dude.
work
The
for
writer,
40
pretty
years
smart.
for that company.
As you expect a writer to be.
When I grew up, I knew what my beliefs and my values were going to be because my mother passed down the same ones that my grandmother had. I passed down the same ones to my son. Now, I think somewhere in between the generations, between you all and us, things have changed. We've stopped talking. We've stopped saying what we value. I don't trust the younger generation in terms of values because I don't even think they know what it is that they value. Do you value another person's life? I tell my son, oh my God, one of the worst things could happen to me is someone in this generation would have to take care of me. They don't understand me. They don't know anything about me.
That goes to the prompt, which is, do you trust the other side's values? And I think of the values that you may have grown up with in terms of what you were taught about being homosexual and whatnot. 'Cause I grew up queer in a Black family. That's a whole different dynamic, and what they were taught that was brought down to them intergenerationally has been homophobia. And it's like that's what I think of when I think of values of my elders, and I can't trust it because in terms of policy, it was your generation that got it wrong so many times and that have put LGBTQ people into a second class status.
Hold back the
We're
guy in the
trying to
sweater.
get that back as our generation.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gay and there's so much progress that has been made, but there's still so much to be made. When I think of values of like baby boomers, the first thing that I think of is kind of just the whole like hard work gets you pretty much anywhere mindset. And I just feel like that's so toxic because there are so many other barriers that a lot of people don't talk about. Like if you're poor, if you have like kids, if you don't have opportunities for education, like those three just alone will inhibit your success.
Well, I think that was true when we were young. Hard work did get you very far. My husband worked in a company which he started in his 20s and worked there for many years. It was just an established company with a retirement plan and all this sort of thing. And those don't exist anymore. Your generation doesn't have those guarantees.
And I think that is why you're seeing such a large-scale rejection of capitalism. And I don't think it's communism. I think what our generation is exploring now is socialism, which is not the same as communism.
But there are flaws in socialism too that you need to look out for.
That worked
It's not like capitalism is like the
inheriting
entire
a gig
bad guy.
economy for subcontractors that only works for the rich and powerful. What our generation is exploring is democratizing the workplace and social justice, things like that, that are really for the people, which is at the core of what socialism is. We are growing up in a different country than you guys are growing up in, and we are looking for alternatives because we know this is not sustainable.
That's pretty good. Okay, I want to add to this fact because I might forget about it, and just 3 minutes ago. To put it simply, I would say that, yeah, exactly like what they said about LGBTQ rights and also certain other stuff when it comes to free speech. The older generation didn't have a pretty flexible idea about it, the newer generation has. So that wouldn't be a pretty good value to take on from the older generation. But the older generation did have a lot of discipline, hard work, determination, and family values, those kind of stuff, which were like the core principles of the former generation, like my former generation, which we should try to emulate. Like the Gen Z is Gen Z. And also like that one person, I think his name was Steph, who said, hard work brings you everything that is so toxic. Yeah, toxic was a bad choice of word, because nowadays hard work does bring you something. I mean, not like back in those days where hard work did bring you a lot of things. Nowadays hard work does bring you something, but at the same time it doesn't bring you something, because I mean, just look on the internet. Like there are so many quality creators out there who don't even get the right recognition or don't even get the right appreciation for what they do. But there are people like stupid people like Logan Paul, Jake Paul, and all these other vloggers and all these people who say they have a comedy channel and they don't have a single joke in their video, like more than a couple of their video. So stuff like that. Hard work doesn't really nowadays bring a lot of fruitfulness in what you do. But it does sometimes, but it doesn't sometimes, because that's the kind of world we are living in. So
I believe my generation will leave the world a better place.
I hope you do.
Me too.
yeah.
I plan on fighting to do our part, that when I part, that you've inherited things that have improved. And then I hope when you leave the earth, you've made it even better. And Hanny, because if we don't,
She doesn't believe it? Okay.
and that may be a dramatic term, but I tell people, my own age, we don't have a choice. Do we leave it better or worse? It's an obligation.
Let me put it this way. You're going to know we were here. We laid a foundation for you all to come and do bigger, greater things. Civil rights, women's rights, boycotts. We fought for everything. And we're still working. We're still making changes.
And I think this generation will leave making a better place because of everybody else's work. Like my family always says, like in terms of raising kids, with your parents, you take what you like and you lose what you don't. So I think we have such an advantage with the internet, being able to see what was done wrong generations ago and what we can do now to fix it.
Okay, I want to hear what she has to say.
Missed you.
I want to believe that, and I have a lot of hope that we will. And I feel like we have the potential, but knowing what I know about history, a lot of what we're experiencing today are just new renditions of what we've already experienced. And we know that history repeats itself, we just don't know when to call it. And it's oftentimes when we call it, it's too late. Knowing what I know about the environment and what's really going to happen, it's like I can't realistically say that one, I in good conscience would want to bring a new generation into this world, and knowing that it will be a better world for them.
We can't save the world. We can only say, guess what? We were here, we made a change, we attempted to do good, and we attempted to help others and become more diverse. And if we did that, you know what? We did something. Collectively, individually, we made the world a better place.
That's it? Yes, that was a nice conversation. Okay, so pretty good debate, man. Like a lot of, like a really, really civil debate. This is how disagreements, if there is, should happen. And I loved the red sweater guy, just putting in communism right there in the middle of a debate when no one put a strong term like that. Really kudos to you, balls to you, man. Truly a boomer, truly a boomer. So yeah, this video shows, man, every single generation has its pros and cons, and just to cap on to the last point, whether I'm optimistic about the future. Well, for me, Yeah, kind of. I mean, every single generation which comes later, they think that, oh, this might be the end of the world. But this generation, it kind of feels different, because if you go back to the boomer generation, there were war and there were war. Yeah, there was a lot of war. But other than that, there was nothing. But now in this generation, you have climate change, you have war, especially nuclear war. You have countries going at it each other, like US, China, India, China, and there are so many countries which are really ramping up their extremist ideas. And again, environment, we are really destroying the environment. And when it comes to now we have a pandemic, and also the increase of inequality in the society. And yeah, I mean, this is just like the 5 things that I could name on the 5 or 6 things that I could name on the top of my head. So yeah, I think I could say that the Gen Z has a little bit of a worse of a future than every other generation that came before it. But yeah, I mean, this is just my opinion. I could be wrong. So if I am wrong, do let me know down in the comment section below. But yeah, this was a nice debate. I think I would like to do another video and try to talk about this, because I really like this, man. I really like this. So, and also guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, go check out their channel, because they have a lot of content out there which is really good and which is really wholesome. Like, it picks you up and it makes you feel better. Also, sometimes it makes you sad, and also sometimes it gives you perspective. So go check it out. So yeah, that's it for this video. And also let me know what your thoughts down below in the comment section. Let me know if you are a boomer or if you are a Gen Z. Let me know. And also let me know what's your thoughts on your generation and also the previous generation. And also guys, I have started a podcast which is called the Maths Podcast. I have put the link down below in the description. So if you guys are interested in these kind of conversation that I just had in this video, and it comprises of me and 3 other friends of mine who are like way smarter than me. So go check out that video where we talk about every single thing that you could talk about, like environment, like entertainment, TV shows, movies, and politics, every single thing. We leave no stones unturned. So go check out our podcast, and it's really fun. I mean, it's fun to me, so I think you might even find it enjoyable. So go check it out. The Maths Podcast, it's on all podcast platform, and also it has a YouTube channel. So I'm gonna link all those down below in the description. So yeah, that's it for this video, and hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.